So our progress report says we are at stage 4, paragraph page 307. And our last headword was completely. Callan for kids, newer type of lesson. Okay, so let's start with revision. Ready?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. First question. Do you ever go to school at night? Do you ever go to school at night? No, I
No,
never go to
I
school at
don't
night.
night.
Very good. Is it ever warm at the South Pole in winter? Is it ever warm at the South Pole in winter? No, it's
No,
never warm at
warm.
the South Pole in winter.
Not cold. In
It's
winter.
always cold.
And always cold.
Very good. Does the sun ever shine during the night? Does the sun ever shine during the night? No, the
No,
sun never
the sun
shines
never
during the
shines
night.
during the night.
Do you ever sneeze? Do you ever sneeze? Yes, I
Yeah,
sometimes sneeze.
I sometimes sneeze
When
when,
I have a cold.
when I have a cold.
Very good. How often do you help your parents with the washing up? How often do you help your parents with the washing up? I help my parents
I help my
with the
parents
washing up
with the washing up
once a week.
once a week.
Very good. What's a teenager? What's a teenager? A teenager
A
is a
teenager
young person
is a young person
between the age
between the age
of 13 and
of 13
19.
and 19.
How many teenagers are there in your family? How many teenagers are there in your family? There are
There are
how many teenagers? 13 and above. 13 to 19.
two.
None, two. There are two
There are
teenagers
two teenagers
in my family.
in my family.
Very good. What's this called? What's this called? That's called a pen.
That's called a pen.
Very good. What's this part of my body called? What's this part of my body called? That part of your body,
The
that
part,
part of your
that part
body
of your body
is called a chin.
is called a chin.
Very good. Is a baby dog called a puppy or a kitten? Is a baby dog called a puppy or a kitten? A baby dog
A baby dog
is called a puppy.
is called a puppy.
What's your favorite TV program called? What's your favorite TV program called? My favorite
My
TV
favorite
program
TV program
is called.
is called Iteju.
Very good. What's a big building full of doctors and nurses called? What's a big building full of doctors and nurses called? A big building
A big
full
building
of doctors
full of doctors
and nurses
and
is
nurses
called a hospital.
is called a hospital.
Very good. Name me a really big country. Name me a really big country, please. Russia is a
Russia
really big country.
is a very big country.
Give me another example of the word really. Give me another example of the word really. Wow, your
Wow,
hair
your
is
hair
really wet.
is very wet.
I'll get a towel for you.
I'll get
I'll get a towel
I'll get a towel
for you.
for you.
Very good. Is a tiger more or less the same size as a lion? Is a tiger more or less the same size as a lion? Yes, a tiger
Yes, a
is more
tiger
or less
is more or
the same
less
size
the same
as a
size
lion.
as a lion.
Very good. Are all the kids in your class at school more or less the same age? Are all the kids in your class at school more or less the same age? Yes, all the
Yes,
kids in
all the
my
kids
class
in
at
my class
school
at
are more
school
or less
are more or
the
less
same age.
the same age.
Is it more or less time to have lunch? Is it more or less time to have lunch? Yes or no?
Yes,
No, no. It
no,
isn't more or less.
it's
It
mm,
isn't
it isn't
more or less
more or less
time to have lunch.
to have
Yeah,
lunch.
it's almost time to have dinner. Very good. Okay, next. Do you get pocket money each week? Do you get pocket money each week? Yes, I get
Yes,
pocket money
and pocket money.
each week.
Wait,
Very good. What do you buy with your pocket money? What do you buy with your pocket money? I buy.
I buy
What do you buy with your money? Like snacks or chocolate
a
or stuff.
book.
Book. One more. I buy book
I buy book.
with my pocket money.
My pocket money.
Do parents sometimes stop a child pocket money if the child's very naughty? Do parents sometimes stop a child's pocket money if the child is very naughty? Yes. Parents
Yep.
sometimes. Parents sometimes
Parents sometimes
stop a child's
top a child
pocket money
pocket money
if the child is
if a
very
child
naughty.
is very naughty.
Where I get what's the opposite of the verb remember? What's the opposite of the verb remember? The opposite
The
of the
opposite.
verb remember
The program
is
member
forget.
of forget.
Do you forget things a lot? Do you forget things a lot? Yes or no?
Hmm.
Do you forget a lot or do you always remember things? Let's say no. I
No,
don't forget
I don't forget
things a lot.
things a lot.
Do you ever forget to bring your book to school with you? Do you ever forget to bring your book to school with you? No, I
No,
never forget
I never forget
to bring my book
to bring my book
to school with me.
to school with me.
Very good. Are we nearly at the end of the lesson? Are we nearly at the end of the lesson? Yes or no?
Yes,
We are nearly
we're nearly
at the end of the lesson.
at the end of the lesson.
Are you nearly tall enough to touch the top of the door? Are you nearly tall enough to touch the top of the door? Yes, I'm nearly
Yes, I
tall
nearly
enough
tall enough
to touch the top
to touch the top
of the door.
of the door.
Wait, is it nearly your birthday? Is it nearly your birthday? Yes or no?
Yes,
It's nearly
it's
my
nearly
birthday.
my birthday.
Is it nearly time to have dinner? Is it nearly time to have dinner? Yes, it's
Yes,
nearly time
nearly time
to have dinner.
to have dinner.
Where good was I at this school 50 years ago? Was I at this school 50 years ago? No, you
No,
weren't
we
at this
weren't
school
at this school
50 years ago.
50 years ago.
Where good, were you here 100 years ago? Were you here 100 years ago? No, I wasn't
No,
here
I wasn't here
100 years ago.
100 years ago.
Where good, was she in the corridor during the last lesson? Was she in the corridor during the last lesson? No, she
No,
wasn't
she
in the
wasn't
corridor
in the corridor
during the last lesson.
during the last lesson.
She was in the classroom.
He was in the classroom.
Where was that picture on the floor last lesson? Was that picture on the floor last lesson? No, that
No,
picture wasn't
that picture
on the
wasn't
floor last
on the
lesson.
floor last lesson.
It was on the wall.
It was on the wall.
Were we at the North Pole yesterday? Were we at the North Pole yesterday? No, we
No,
weren't
we were
at the North Pole
at the
yesterday.
North Pole yesterday.
Very good. Were they outside in the street last lesson? Were they outside in the street last lesson? No, they weren't
No, they
outside
were
in the
outside
street last
in the
lesson.
street last
They
lesson.
were inside the building.
Hmm?
They
The,
were
they were
inside the building.
inside the building.
Very good. Okay, next. What does the word fast mean? What does the word fast mean? The word fast
The word
means
fast
the
means
same as quick
the same as quick
and quickly.
and quickly.
Give me an example. Give me an example, please. Charlie, a fast
Charlie
runner.
of a fast runner.
Charlie runs fast.
Charlie runs fast.
Right? Do you eat fast? Do you eat fast? Yes or no? Yes,
Yes,
I eat fast.
I eat fast.
Very good. Of those three animals, of these three animals, which do you think is the fastest swimmer? A penguin, a frog, or a polar bear? Of these three animals, which do you think is the fastest swimmer? A penguin, a frog, or a polar bear? Of those three
Those
animals,
three animals,
I think a
I think a penguin
is the fastest swimmer.
is the fastest swimmer.
Very good. Okay, next. What am I doing? What am I doing? You're putting
You're
your
putting
right hand
your right hand
over your head.
over your head.
Very good. Where's the ceiling? Where's the ceiling? The ceiling's
The ceiling
over our heads.
over our head.
What's over our building? What's over our building? The skies
The skies
over our building.
over our building.
Very good. Do you think you can jump over this table with both your feet together? Do you think you can jump over this table with your feet together? Yes or no?
Yes,
I think I can jump. I
oh,
can jump
I can jump
over that table
over the
with
table
my feet together.
with my feet together.
Very good. Okay, so let me check. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so what am I doing? What am I doing? You're putting your
You
left
put
hand
your right hand
over your eye.
over your eyes.
When do we put your hand over your mouth? When do you put your hand over your mouth? I put my hand
I put my hand
over my mouth
over my mouth,
when I sneeze or cough
on my sleeve, a
or
top.
cough. Very good. Where's my left hand? Where's my left hand? Your left hand's over
Your
the
right
book.
hand over the book.
Where's my right hand? Where's my right hand? Your right hand's over the
Your right
pen.
hand over the pen.
Very good. Where's my left hand now? Where's my left hand now? Your left hand's
Your
on the
right
book
hand
now.
in the book now.
Very good. Where's my right hand now? Where's my right hand now? Your right hand's over
Your
the
right
pen
hand
now.
over the pen now.
Why do we say my right hand's over the pen? Why do we say my right hand's over the pen? We say your
We
right
say
hand's
your right hand
over the pen
over the pen
because it's covering the pen
because it's covering the pen
completely.
completely.
Very good. Okay, that's the end of our revision.
Ooh,
Let's have new word.
gee,
Okay, so repeat. Thin,
thin,
fat.
fat,
Okay, very good. Listen. Max is the thinnest. Oh, let's check. So Max is the thinnest child in this picture. Max has got straight hair. Kimi and Sophie has got wavy hair. And Dan got curly hair. Okay, so let's practice. What happens if we give our pets too much food to eat every day? What happens if we give our pets too much food to eat every day? If we give our pets,
if we
if we give
we give
our pets
our pet
too much food to
too
eat
much food to
every
eat
day,
every
they
day,
get fat.
take it back.
Very good. Are you fatter than your mother? Are you fatter than your mother? Yes or no?
No,
I'm not fatter
I'm not fatter
than my mother.
than my
I'm
mother.
thinner than she is.
I'm thinner
Than she is.
than she is.
Who's the thinnest child in this picture? Who's the thinnest child in this picture? Max
Max
is the thinnest child
is a thinnest child
in that picture.
in that picture.
Very good. Okay, next repeat. Fall over.
Pour over,
Turn over.
turn over.
Very good. Okay, listen. Fall over. People fall over a lot when there's snow on the ground. I'm turning over. So I'm turning over a page in my book. Okay, so let's practice. Do people fall over a lot when there's snow on the ground? Do people fall over a lot when there's snow on the ground? Yes,
Yes,
people fall over
people
a lot
pour over
when
a
there's
rock.
snow on the ground.
There is snow
On the ground.
on the ground.
Very good. What am I doing? What am I doing? You're turning over
You're turning
A
over
page in your book.
a page in your book.
Very good. Okay, next repeat. Did.
Did.
Very good. Okay, listen. The past tense of the verb to do is did. For example, I do the washing up after dinner every day. But yesterday, I did the washing up after dinner. Okay, so let's practice. What's the past tense of the verb to do? What's the past tense of the verb to do? The past tense
The past
of
tense.
the verb to do
The verb to do
is did.
is did.
Megan, who generally does the washing up in your family? Your mom or your dad? Who generally does the washing up in your family? Your mom or your dad? My mom, both
My
of them.
waiter.
My dad generally does
You know it does.
the washing up
The washing up
in my family.
in my family.
Who did the washing up yesterday evening? Who did the washing up yesterday evening? My
My
dad
waiter
did the washing up
did the washing up
yesterday evening.
yesterday evening.
And who did the shopping at the supermarket last weekend? And who did the shopping at the supermarket last weekend? My
My
who do the grocery? Your mom or your dad? Or you?
grocer.
Who? My mom?
Mm,
My dad
my mom
did the shopping
did the shopping
at the supermarket
at the
last weekend.
supermarket at weekend.
Very good. Okay, next repeat idea.
Idea.
Very good. Okay, listen. It's a better idea to cut paper with scissors. Or we can say, it's a good idea to carry tissue in my pocket when I have a cold. Let's practice. Is it a good idea to cross the road without looking for traffic? Is it a good idea to cross the road without looking for traffic? No, it
No,
isn't a good idea
it's a
to
good
cross the
idea
road
to go to the road
without looking for
without looking
traffic.
for traffic.
It's a very bad idea.
It's a very bad idea.
Is it a better idea to cut paper with a knife or with scissors? Is it a better idea to cut paper with a knife or with scissors? It's a better idea
A better idea
to cut paper
to cut paper
with scissors.
with scissors
Why? Why? Because it's paper.
because it's paper.
Very good. When is it a good idea to carry tissue in your pocket? When is it a good idea to carry tissue in your pocket? It's a good idea
It's a good idea
to carry tissue
to carry tissue
in my pocket
in my pocket
when I have a cold.
if I have a cold.
Very good. Okay, next repeat. Both of us.
Both of us,
Both of you.
both of you,
Both of them.
both of them.
Very good. Okay, listen. We can say both chairs and both people, but we cannot say both them. We must say both of them. We cannot say both us or both you. We must say both of us or both of you. Okay, let's practice. Which is it right to say? Both us or both of us? Which is it right to say? Both us or both of us? It's right to say
It's right to say
both of us.
both of us.
Very good. Are both of us sitting? Are both of us sitting? Yes, both of
Yes,
us
both of us
are sitting.
are sitting.
Very good. Have both of them got shoes on their feet? Have both of them got shoes on their feet? Yes, both of
Yes,
them
both of them
have got shoes
have got shoe
on their feet.
on their feet.
Are both of us speaking English? Are both of us speaking English? Yes, both of
Yes,
us
both of us
are speaking English.
are speaking English.
Very good. Okay, next repeat. Understand.
Understand.
Repeat.
Repeat.
Pardon.
Pardon.
Very good. Okay, listen. I understand more or less everything you say during the lesson. If you ask me a question but I don't hear it very well, I can ask you to repeat it. Okay, so let's practice. Do you think some animals can understand us when we speak? Do you think some animals can understand us when we speak? Yes or no?
Yes,
I think some animals
some animal
can understand us
can understand
when
us
we speak.
whether we speak.
Well, which animal? Which animal? Dogs.
Dog,
Wege, do you understand more or less everything I say during the lesson? Do you understand more or less everything I say during the lesson? Yes, I
yes,
understand
I understand
more or less
more or less
everything you say
everything you say
during the lesson.
during the lesson.
Where if I ask you a question but you don't hear it very well, what can you do? If I ask you a question but you don't hear it very well, what can you do? If you ask me
If
a
you
question
ask me a
but
question
I don't hear
but
very
I
well,
don't hear very
I
well,
can ask you
I can
to
ask
repeat it.
you to repeat it.
What do you say to me? What do you say to me? I say pardon.
I said
Can
pardon.
you repeat the question, please?
Can you repeat
The question, please.
the question, please?
Very good. Okay, now let's move on to our reading.